Did you push that?
Push it. Oh, yeah. No.
Going live. We are live right now.
You are live. I feel like I'm like at an MMA event. Like, we are live.
Oh, that's like Trukerconvoy.
I know, right? Like, whatever. I don't fucking care. Like I go to the white trash fucking event.
Hey! That's some good. Yeah, you've never been?
No.
Ever?
I will never go.
I've gone when I was younger. Like,
it did entertain me. I actually did have a model of a Bigfoot. I did have a model of a Bigfoot.
It's like wrestling, but like with trucks.
Which does not sound very. I would rather go to like a demolition derby event than a monster truck rally. That would be cooler because you see all the smashes and shit, and like it's like a bigger version of those guys that make those little machines and then they fight and shit. Right, which is pretty cool.
Is that what the band? Is that because your bandwidth probably?
I have no idea. Oh, are we live? I guess we might be.
Why does it say live video starting?
I don't know.
What is it?
I don't know.
The current frame is too low. Please set the frame rate to 15 seconds. Okay, whatever. I don't give a shit. Hello, everybody. Hopefully it's recorded on Facebook, but we got it on here as well, and we got it on YouTube.
Yeah. Trifecta. We are Rust Belt Bastards. If you can't tell by our name, up over our shoulders there. So,
hell yeah.
I'm Matt.
I'm Jay.
You do that every time.
Every time. Wait, hold on.
It's like you're trying to seduce our audience. You're like,
wait, here. I'm Jay. Wait.
Nice cleavage. Oh, you got it. Show the one chest hair you have.
I'm Jay.
Hello.
All right.
Brought to you by.
Hold on. Let me just put my ass up, my penis up here and rest it.
Oh, yeah.
This is not brought to you by Coca-Cola.
Last episode, you put your head in my lap. I'm not gonna lie, you did.
Did I seriously?
Yeah, you tried getting the dog's ball, right? So,
all right.
So we have a few topics for tonight, right? So we're gonna talk about the Russia and Ukraine conflict, right? The Freedom Convoy and Mukbang.
Good old South Korean mukbang.
Wait, hopefully that doesn't.
Well, you already opened it. Wait,
I opened my. I didn't shake mine.
It's like the mukbang.
All right.
You gotta get the mukbang.
Don't do it over your computer. You're gonna just.
It's work. They can replace it.
Oh God.
The ID's like, what the fuck are all these videos?
Listen. All right. Sounds like a tweet. I knew that was gonna happen.
Did you shake him? What the fuck, man?
I didn't shake him. I swear. I swear. Here's the rag. Here's the rag. Oh my God.
I was like, what the hell? What is it?
Wait.
You gotta like.
Oh yeah. Should have gone to the bathroom before the show, folks.
Get the phone.
I can't believe we're fucking doing this.
Oh, mukbang.
Mine's a little bit of a deeper. You're getting more air in there.
Wait, hold on. Food porn.
Oh, wait. Oh, and we got to turn around. Doritos, bitches.
No, they can't.
Put your hand in that shit. Put your hand in that shit. Oh, finger the shit out of it. Do it, bitch. Watch the camera not pick up anything we're fucking doing. Oh, Chewy, our mascot, is getting the scraps. Oh man,
this little. There you go. Do it again. You gotta hear the crunch.
All right.
Oh,
that was a good one too. It had a lot of cheesy powder on it. So if you don't know what mukbang is, right? So Jay actually sent me some videos like earlier in the week. Oh, you're gonna Bacardi it up?
Bacardi?
Oh, sorry, Captain. My bad, dude. Close enough. McCarty and Coke, Captain and Coke, kind of similar.
You couldn't hear that. A little bit.
Yeah, you could a little bit. So you tell them what mukbang is.
Mukbang is like it's obvious. It's not obviously, but it's people on monetizing, getting paid to eat on fucking.
How long have you keep doing this?
Social media outlets.
We have no followers. They're like, who are these people? Oh my god.
A cup of noodles, stir fry, Korean barbecue. I got it because I like Korean barbecue. It sort of tastes like Korean barbecue.
Got from the same place that George Floyd tried getting his noodles from and died. You flew out to Minneapolis to get those, right?
Get some noodles in a cup.
Noodles in a cup. No, it was Cup of Noodles, wasn't it? The place was called Cup of Noodles.
Too soon?
No. Should have used a counterfeit $20 bill.
Shoot. Fucking cup of noodles. Motherfucker. You know that he was in porn?
George Floyd?
Yes!
Are you fucking... Oh my god.
Yes!
Oh my god.
Yes!
No.
That's like, I'm like, yes, the motherfucker had some money.
No.
Yes.
Oh my god.
He was.
Oh my god.
You don't believe me, do you?
No, you don't have to look. I do not want to see that shit. I don't want to see a career criminal in porn. Sorry.
You don't want to see meth cock?
Oh god. How many drugs was he on?
I don't know.
It was a lot.
No,
because he took like Percocet because they said that he passed out in the
car. You know that
prior
there's
to
a song like with Percocet?
No.
It's like Percocet. I don't know. Like there's a 5-year-old sitting inside the classroom before.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's not get off track.
Mukbang.
It's something crazy Asians came up with.
In South Korea in 2009, around there, they started airing it.
So we're 15 years late, folks.
We are. And then in 2015, though, is it was some female that was watching these. I can't remember her name. That saw these, and she started hers. So she's like the first American to actually start broadcasting on YouTube mukbang videos. And it was like she's like eating a cupcake on the couch.
Hot.
Yeah, but she's not. I mean, she's not a one, but
oh god, she's not a one, but she's pretty close.
But she's not a 2.
She's fighting for it.
That's from 1 to 10. She's not a 1, but she's not a 2.
What a way to describe it. Set the bar so low. Well, she's not attractive. Oh man.
I mean, you go out on a night and have some drinks, you maybe give it to her.
Mukbanger.
Yeah.
Pun intended. So I don't think we've even talked about what mukbang even is yet.
They do that. It's just eating food, but
it's highlighting the sound.
It's
highlighting
the
food.
Yeah.
Of them eating it.
Right. And it's so. I was watching actually documentary on mukbang.
Yeah.
I dove. Keep going.
We're gonna do this all episode.
That's what we have to do. This is mukbang right here. So terrible.
Shit, man. Look at this spot. And chewy to clean up the scraps.
Yeah. So they basically, it stems from, first of all, like just in the 80s, you saw on TV cooking shows starting to come up, right? Emerald, and things like that. So, in food porn, right? With your basic food porn.
I can see that where it come from.
Well,
I mean, just like the Seinfeld episode when George was like, "Hey, what's the craziest thing you've done during sex that pissed off the other person you're having sex with?" I tried eating a sandwich while I was banging her, and I was like, "Dude, that's ingenious."
So it is.
Beautiful.
Have you ever eaten while having sex?
Huh?
Have you ever eaten while having sex? I have.
No, I kind of don't. I don't like digging the two. Yeah.
So it's like they leveled up it by 1,000, right?
I mean,
because if you look at food porn in general,
somebody did mistake me for eating a glazed donut, but actually I was eating a Girl Out. That's the only way I'd tie the two together. Other than that, yeah. It's close. I mean, your face,
it's not bad.
You're doing it right if your face looks like you ate a glazed donut.
Your face looks like a Krispy Kreme.
Folks, you're welcome.
So it's like a level. They level it up, because when they began doing it in South Korea, it's like, oh, let's advertise to the world, hey, our food, right, to give people a look, because eating is really big in everywhere, but but more as like a family social gathering.
It's really popular
it
here.
Really is. Doritos?
Diabetes. Cheers.
So they were showing that. So there was one it's like a social connection between their people.
Okay.
Before it came over here.
Yeah.
And then when it started to come over here, it's like, hey, let's give them a social experience of our traditional food.
Okay.
So, but then like, oh shit, like people are starting to watching me, and then they're starting watching them for multiple reasons. One, to get like the culture of it. Two, because people find like that crunching and everything satisfying. And that's why you even
crunch.
See, why like you even see like in commercials, right? They make like food look plumper. It's like a Big Mac, like in the
the Big Hardee's commercial with the chick with the big tits, and she's like,
and they put like toothpicks in to make the food look
bigger. That was
bigger.
What's her name? Who's married to Verlander now? What's her name? God, the chick with the big tits. I don't know her name. She just has big tits. We're gonna be doing this the whole damn episode. Like, why the fuck are these guys eating food really weird? Like, what the hell is this? Mukbang.
But it took off because it stimulates people's brains.
I can do that.
Like anything, when you see food commercials here in the U.S.
Kate Upton. That's it.
Yeah. When you see commercials here in the U.S., what do?
I don't slap a pie on those tits. Sorry, I just can't help it.
It's food.
When we're talking about food and mukbang, I just want to take a pie and just go boom, right between those tits.
I haven't seen that yet. Maybe they have like really.
We should start something.
Want to eat some cream pies off my dick?
Rust belt boobies. Rust belt boobies. Boom. Wait for it. You're gonna see it soon.
Wait.
Coming to a theater near you. Does sound count for you owe me a Coke? No, didn't think so. I tried, guys. No. I tried. I'm already like 5 Cokes up on that.
Hey, I brought Coke this time though.
It's true, you did. You did. Oh, 4. Yeah, we're tied now. Yeah, we're good. We're all tied up now. Yep. Nice.
So so you see food commercials here, and what do they do to entice you to get food?
Okay.
Right? They make it look sexy. They make it look fucking good, greasy.
Sex sells. Yeah.
It does. And then it's like when that's like people got fucking like
makes my
their brain got too used to that, right? Yeah. It's like, how can we one up this? It's like, hey, why don't we put like it going into people's mouths? Like, but that's basically how it started.
You know what this reminds me of? Remember in the movie Bachelor Party when Nick the Dick goes out to the bachelorette party and he's got his dick in the bun, the foot-long bun, and he just walks up and she's yanking on it, and she's like, "Is this the foot long?" He's like, "Yes, it is, ma'am." Right. And then she goes, "Ah!" like that when she realized she's yanking on the guy's dick. Oh, it's hilarious. He was hungry today, folks. He didn't get much for dinner today.
So,
but yeah.
I mean, like, I like to write it off as like a kink.
Yeah.
It is like when you look at it.
Oh yeah.
So
when you look at the internet,
I showed you the videos.
You know why the internet was started, right? Porn, right? Like so.
Oh yeah.
You would expect the rabbit hole to just get deeper as the older the internet becomes. So right.
Yeah.
Now mukbang
and you see it's bad though.
Stick your dick in fire ants.
The documentary.
Hey man, I'm just getting really risque here.
Terrible. The documentary that
you gotta admit, like when you think of like snuff films, right?
Right.
And when you think of other things, like some people get
mukbang is like a long snuff, though.
Can you imagine? Look at my dog.
Like one day someone's gonna die while they have a heart attack.
My dog keeps coming up in between, like underneath us, like underneath our chairs, because we're like bar height. He's like always wanting attention, so he loves this show. So he's our #1 fan.
So there's like a big controversy.
So that's why I thought about sticking my dick in a fire ant hole, and that would probably sell for a video.
Would.
I mean, I'd probably have no dick left.
And
the dick would
if
swell.
If you actually get the camera in the hole before you do it.
Oh, strap one of those little mini cameras to the tip of the dick.
Then it would be fire ant mukbang.
Oh, God. I may start having convulsions for the pain.
So,
hey, man, we're getting weird, man. Kinky.
We are.
We're going off the rails with mukbang. We got to one-up it, man.
We do. But, like, with mukbang, though, we just have, like,
cup of noodles,
of noodles, some Doritos.
You know, some
when you go on a mukbang,
shout out to my friend Jay.
YouTube.
Other Jay.
He lives the one that lives out of state, right?
No. That's JB. Yeah. His drink of choice is always a Captain and Coke. So
it's not a bad
shout
drink.
out, bro. Love you, man. But yeah.
Can you imagine mukbanging like Captain and Coke? Hello, dead. Like what happened? Alcohol poisoning during a mukbang video. But like,
yeah,
ours would be like a poor quality mukbang just because we don't have like a plethora of fucking food. You saw, your first time seeing it was today, right?
Yeah, it was.
He's like, what the fuck's mukbang? I'm like, oh.
Yeah, no, I sent him the puke emoji because I'm like, this is nasty. Right?
It's like,
because it just sounds like a pig eating out of a trough.
So,
because she literally shoves all this fish. Don't get me wrong, she deep throated a lot of shit. But I was like, no, not tasty.
This is so terrible. Sorry, that slashed on you too, didn't it?
That's awesome. That's great. I love it.
So when it started out, though, it wasn't as over the top, though. You know, it's just like, hey,
yeah, it was just introduction.
They have some. It's introduction of food,
they
right?
Probably
it tried it. People, you know, hey, try this food. But now
they probably describe the taste and the texture, right? Stuff like that. What type of food you would have with this, you know,
and the slurping and stuff you would hear because this traditionally, even if they ate with their hands,
right,
you know, you just see their culture behind it. But now, like
fried chicken.
Fried chicken,
yeah. Oh, dude, so good. I love fried chicken. It's so good.
But it's like gone. For me, when I've seen the videos that I dabble into, it's like way over the fucking top. And the documentary I was watching, it expresses how, you know, the good side of mukbang, you know, like about the culture side and just the foods, but then like the downside of it, and it is like people's fucking health, and like basically they're getting paid to die, like that's it. I swear to God,
all
like
this shitty food. It's kind of like Super Size Me, the movie.
It's
right?
like Super Size Me, but like I'll show you a video that, like I watched one today.
Okay,
it's like Super Size Me times a million.
Oh my
because
God.
Like you see this guy, he has like 5 quarter-pounders. Like 40 chicken nuggets. You see, like,
don't get me wrong, I like some of the food, right? Like, but at that quantity is just like so.
And then he had like a big cheese bowl dip, like in the middle of it. And you're like, nice.
Remember that girl that threw your hat in the cheese dip that party that one time?
That sucked. That was a good hat,
dude. You want okay? So this is, I'm gonna go into this story real quick. So one time, this crazy girl that I dated, I only knew her for like 2 weeks, and it was funny because we had a party at my place, and the funny thing is one of my buddy's wives makes this incredibly good cheese dip, right? So good.
And
there was probably a solid 6 or 7 people around my island.
It's like queso dip.
Yeah, it was a queso dip.
Queso dip. That's really good.
And it was so good. And she made a really good batch. Sorry, I'm choking on Dorito, guys.
I'll do this a little bit more.
So anyway, this girl was like messing with Jay, and he was like, quit it. And she got, I don't know what idea she had, but she took his hat and then threw it in the cheese dip. And then everybody around the island that were dipping their chips in it, everybody goes, Oh,
What, she
because
totally
the cheese dip
spoiled
was
the
so
party.
yeah, because she spoiled the cheese dip and the fucking party.
Like,
right?
That's a cunt move to do.
That
but
was.
like,
she was super drunk. She was like high school prom drunk.
She was high school prom drunk,
drunk,
and you're inviting us to her, and like I think back to it, and like
she brought some really good fatouche though. She was
Yeah.
Middle Eastern,
and
she got like
she probably
wasted.
like if you like take a look, but like if you step back like out of our heads and like go into hers, she's probably like fuck me. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, we're all.
I would have liked to, but she went.
She did like a lawn job.
Lawn. Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Thank God she had a little sports car.
Yeah.
Because had it been like a SUV or something that was heavier, dude, she would have like totally treaded the shit out of my lawn. I was pissed.
Facebook is recording.
Oh, whatever. We
got YouTube.
Yeah, we got YouTube. So I don't care.
So anyways, mukbang. There's like good and bad from it.
Mukbang.
You see people like going so over the top, and they're getting paid for it, but I can't remember.
Kind of like gluttony challenges,
it is,
right? Like
it is.
gluttony, like eating contests. It's weird.
And like, but it's like sexy at the same time.
You're a kinky whore. You are one.
Not like gorging. Well, not like you see like the
dude. You text me like, dude, check this girl. She deep throats this crap.
But you see this girl, and she's like the sausage. And she's like,
wait, how did it go? Yeah.
Hopefully this mukbang / everything else video, like a couple gay people see it, it's like, man, that's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
Straight join in all the time.
A bunch of street dudes deep throating a fucking Coke bottle.
I'll try to deep throat a Coke bottle and bananas for some viewers.
You're like, hey, it's a banana Coke bottle, not a dick.
Nope, not if you like that, that's cool. I not one for that, though.
Just not for us.
For us.
Maybe for you, not for us.
For us.
It's all good.
So that's it. Like people, it's still like either people like it or you don't.
Yeah,
and like when I look at it, it's like
this is deep. Mukbang,
whatever, mukbang. Like
yeah,
it is like when you watch it, where you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
but then there's that little perverted part of your brain, like, god damn, like
I can kind of see it.
Fit a lot in her fucking mouth.
Yeah, I know.
And like, but then like,
which makes me think she can fit something else.
But that's it to me though. Like that. Well, yeah.
Well, duh. That's where you're
like probably like 30 Cheetos.
Speak for yourself. My dick's way bigger than 30 Cheetos.
my dick's like a Cheeto. Girl's like it's like a pirate's hook.
At least you get to the right spot.
Like, how'd you land your wife? I stuck it in and she could never get away.
That's how you hooked her. Pun intended.
When fishing.
Oh man, you caught some Asian fighting fish.
Did. Got myself a nice koi.
Don't be coy about this. Don't be coy about this.
It's fantastic.
Oh man, how many puns did we do in a row?
Fucking few.
Hey, where's your Punisher cup? Oh man.
But that's it, like.
But
it has gone over the top because I mentioned to you, there's a guy that does it, and he started in 2016. The guy looks like he weighs at most like 160, right?
Yeah.
Fast forward to 2000.
I was lighter than that in my senior year in high school. I was about 145, 150.
But that's small. He's like long. He's slender, right?
Yeah.
And like you see him now,
fucking
enormous. He said the last time he weighed himself,
looks like an Oompa Loompa.
It was he weighed like 385 or fucking some shit like that.
Oh my god!
And it's all from fucking overeating. Like I said, he had like 5 quarter-pounders. He had 4 boxes of like extra large fries, like 20 McNuggets on each side, barbecue sauce, cheese dip, and he's fucking just dipping everything.
We're still making a run to McDonald's after this.
We're gonna have more.
Oh man, you know this is probably one of the best episodes so far, just because of the mukbang shit.
It is,
and it borderlines the crime episode we did, which was hilarious. Oh yeah, fucking fist.
But this is it, like the noise,
that
right?
bag.
When you see a commercial, right? It's a noise to it. It's the visual, but
you're
it's
right.
Like
the Doritos commercials, I remember.
The bag,
the bag,
right? The bag, they're like,
the audio
and
sound,
then you get like the
crunch. Yeah.
Remember Jay Leno?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dude, he was like,
I haven't had Doritos in a while, man. This is good shit.
Good.
I grew up with Doritos because you remember the original, the E.T.
Yeah.
Remember when all the kids are around the kitchen table?
Mm-hmm.
And this is before they met E.T.
The
old school bag with the white top with the clear circle in the middle so you could see the chips in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
The old school Doritos bags. Oh, dude. Honestly, Doritos, I don't know what umbrella they're under, if it's like Nabisco or
it's probably,
I can't remember. Well, we can probably look. Oh, it's Frito-Lay. Okay, so Frito-Lay. Yeah. You guys bring back the old school. Go retro with your bags.
They did Seriously, before. Remember that?
Did they really?
In like the early 2000s, they brought it back.
They brought that was too soon. That was
and
too
it was
soon.
it was like the
do it now because everybody's loving 80s shit. Mm-hmm. Frito-Lay, go back to your retro bags just for like a year or something, dude. I'm telling you, it'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, man. But that's like mukbang. It's like some people talk, right? But a lot of it is less talk, and it's just eating. Like it's just eating and trying different shit.
Yeah.
And they're getting paid from it because people have weird fucking kinks. Like, I don't know, like the psychological part when I listen to it, not that.
You're eyeing that bag like you want to put your dick
I'm like,
in it. Jesus Christ.
I'm like,
here you go.
It's like the sound though.
I know, you're like, oh.
It's that artificial cheese flavor.
That was a solid crunch, man.
Right?
Yeah, that was solid.
So,
and then cheese fingers like Cheetos, right? Like this is classic American style, like eatery right here.
But it's so over the top. Like you see, like this guy just fucking stuffs his face.
That's funny.
But then like you do. That's why I say like it has to be a kink.
Oh yeah.
Well, it is because like
everybody finds something differently
satisfying,
kinky, right?
Like even noises, you know, they find different things that stimulates their brain, and
it all depends on what people find.
You get satisfying. People get satisfying, and if you get like a hot chick doing it. Like,
I know, right?
Why not?
Like, remember, I don't know if you know, but there's this fetish where women were really attracted to men that were in these gluttony contests, and they would try to pick them up after the gluttony contest,
right?
Because they knew that their stomach was full, and they got off by being puked on.
The girls
did. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I saw this on 50 Ways to Die. And what happened was the guy puked on her and puked on her so much that a part of the dog went into her throat. The hot dog went into her throat and she choked to death. Talk about a David Carradine kinky style, man.
The guy's like, well, fuck.
I know, right?
He's like,
wow, I feel way better now.
That's fat. Waddle his fat ass away.
I know, right? Because she started fingering his mouth, and she went a little too deep, and he gagged, and so she puked on him. She was trying to get him to puke on her. You and those noodles, man. So should we move on to the next topic? I think we kind of like this. That's pretty funny though.
Well, we can keep going on like the next topics. We get listen. It's probably very unappetizing.
You think? At least they're normal people.
First of all, we're not two hot chicks. Not like
we can be if you want.
I'm not some small.
I mean, God knows gender's fluid.
I'm not some.
I'm not wrong. These fucking crazy loonies out there are like, hey, gender fluid. I'm a girl now. Like, are you fucking serious? These people are loon bags, man. Sorry, you're a bunch of fucking morons. You think Leon Thomas is a fucking woman? Oh my God.
Like
look the finish line. He's already there. Right?
Penis is like knocking girls unconscious in the pool.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
And the funny thing is it came out recently that the women are uncomfortable.
Mid-stroke.
The women are actually uncomfortable in the locker rooms because he still has a penis. He never had reconstruction surgery. And not even on top of that.
Right?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to claim that. But all I'm saying is the women are very uncomfortable with him being in the freaking locker room and claiming transgenderism. Like, it's sorry, like that's the loophole that this culture's created,
Right.
where it's like, even if I know I'm straight, I know I'm not gay, and even then, sexuality doesn't have much to do with it. It's just gender,
it's whoever, like,
and it says, "Oh, I now identify as a woman. I'm going to go and walk into the guy's locker room, and if I claim transgenderism, it's almost like there's nothing anybody can do because nobody wants to touch it with a 10-foot pole. Pun intended.
What if a girl came in that was hot into the guy's men's room? And
guys are different. We'd be like, hey!
Like, nice,
right? Like, I'm a grower. She'd be like, yeah, I'm passing you up, right? Like, I'm not a shower, so.
So we're gonna probably have mukbang throughout our video, right?
I know, right?
We can
we'll
mukbang and mukbang the shit out of it.
So, the next topic, what do you want to do? Russia and Ukraine?
Might as well. We got Russia and Ukraine truckers. It all like
blends
together. So I'm sure
it's
like
all part of the Great Reset plan. I don't know.
Could be. I mean, like, it's not. Listen,
they even say the Russia thing might be a cover for a little bit of the currency failing. Well, they're using that
for
as
us all to go to crypto.
Well, not just crypto. Like they want to kill Bitcoin, right? But they want to go to an electronic currency, obviously,
right?
And so I don't know if you've noticed that as soon as the Ukraine thing hit in the the ruble in Russia, I think that's the name of the currency, has basically like plummeted through the floor. And what the media is now saying is, oh, hey guys, everything that you saw for the last year, inflation and higher energy costs and all this, oh, it's due to the Ukraine invasion by Russia. Well, wait a minute. That's only been maybe the last 4 days.
It's only been like
exactly. Well, that's my point. The media is trying to fucking gaslight us and say, oh, this is all due to Russia and Ukraine aggression crap. And I'm like, you're kidding me, right? It's a joke. It's a fucking joke. So, but this also kind of ties into the Freedom Convoy because when you look at what they did in Canada, so Canada,
it's stemming all goes back to a communist regime.
Right? Well, hang on. So in Canada, you had the trucker convoy, right? That was wanting to get just their freedoms back from the government due to the COVID.
And what's his name?
Trudeau.
Jesus.
Everybody's calling him Trudeau.
Trudeau.
Like, Trudeau.
Plummeting his
his polls numbers have cut in half. Like I don't know how their elections go, but he got like less than a third of the vote, right? And I think it's a majority rules, and so there's probably like 3 candidates, and obviously him getting a third of the vote made him the declared winner, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, he now has approval rating like under 15%. That's how bad it is in Canada.
That's insane.
So anyway,
that's terrible.
What I find interesting though is the fact that when the trucker convoy was declared like terrorism almost, and mind you, it was a completely peaceful protest, right?
Right.
And anybody who says that they were racist or waving swashes, that was a false flag. That was a false flag.
Wait, they said that the truckers were?
Yeah. There were people that were trying to infiltrate their group with a, whether it's a swastika or a Confederate flag, so that the media could run with it.
Yeah.
And they even chased them off. They're like, get out of here, dude. We don't want your shit here, right?
It's like, come on.
So they did that. So the funny thing is what makes me laugh is it's like, it's bullshit. So when I look at what not only has the Canadian government, particularly Trudeau, said, which has been basically just slandering them and just defacing them, saying that they're apparently a terrorist organization, which made it and gave him an excuse to enact the same version as our martial law in Canada, which was completely wrong, right?
Right.
And I know there's people that are taking now this stuff to court. What they're doing is when they did that, they went after their bank accounts, right? And froze them. And so then you saw a run on the banks because everybody saw what they were doing with the Freedom Convoy. Like, oh, so apparently Canada is now a communist fucking country because when people peacefully protest to say, hey, I want my rights back, and then they come back and the government says, we're instituting a martial law and we're going after your bank accounts with no due process, no search and seizure to find a crime, right?
Yeah.
To where they can just freeze your accounts immediately. There ended up being a run on the banks that day. And what happened was all the banks in Canada went down at once on their website because there was such a run at the bank. And so the bank's websites all went down, and you're like, okay, this isn't a coincidence.
Right.
So they showed the graph of people drawing money out and then boom,
and then
it just froze it.
Yeah.
It froze it because they didn't have the cash in hand,
up.
right?
Yeah.
So now you look at the Freedom Convoy here, and you can kind of see the same painting of the picture, right? The fence is going up at the Capitol, right around the Capitol. All the National Guard are being called in. I mean, they're just trying to push an optic that is completely ridiculous, right? Okay, it says we're not live now. See?
Exit out.
Cool. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can do that. My computer doesn't have enough power.
Hey, Facebook viewers, we're talking about
Freedom
Convoy, Ukraine, Russia, and some.
We were talking about Mukbang.
This whole episode is in tribute to South Korea and inventing Mukbang.
We love you guys. So anyway, when that happened, now you're wondering what they can do.
I know, right?
Stop. You remind me of the villain from the Pirates of the Caribbean. They had the mustache with the dangly.
The stuff.
Yeah. The squid.
Yeah.
Squid guy.
William's dad.
Yeah. Mukbang. Anyway, so based off the Freedom Convoy, when you think about them freezing those accounts and going, okay, if they can do that in Canada, and mind you, Trudeau had a conference call with Joe Biden, so Joe Biden's administration is directing them on how to do this. And
they're like, listen, shit's not working for us here.
Yeah, no shit.
Because like they have guns, a lot of more guns.
Yeah.
And
so Canada, you can do it because they don't have guns.
Yeah. And that's it. It's
yeah. So,
but isn't it? You want to know what's crazy is that you saw Canada do it before the U.S. Didn't you think?
Not really, because we have a decentralized government, right? Because of the states.
Yeah.
And this is one thing why our Constitution and those founding father documents to our government,
right,
are the single best written piece of law and just written words, right? Putting aside like Shakespeare and all these.
I was gonna say they need to get rid of ye.
I'm just talking about law. Oh, there you go, Chewy.
But it's like just come on.
My point is,
I want an Ebonics version of it.
Of what? The Constitution?
That's so hilarious. I'm gonna make one.
I got a Gacchio, and I'm allowed to use it. I almost choked on my fucking Dorito saying that. That's what I get for
who's on? Who's on? We have one viewer.
That's what I get for talking black. Anyway, probably Peabody.
Jesus Christ.
What? I said Gack. Like, come on. Like that's
not.
Is that white?
That's honky.
Is that honky?
Yes.
Oh, see, I don't even see. I can't be racist. I don't even know the term.
Whoever's viewing us, we're doing
Mukbang.
We're talking about Ukraine, Russia, Trucker Convoy, and doing our own Mukbang.
Mukbang.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Stop sharing.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Hopefully somebody in South Korea watches this and like, oh, that's pretty cool.
No, so just looking at what's going on. They would have dropped off.
Nice.
Nice job, Jay. Your noodles scared him off.
Probably.
So no,
it's probably Mira.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
What the fuck are they
so the
doing?
Freedom Convoy is one of those things where it's like when you see here us having a non-centralized government, it makes it harder for them to do that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, did you hear what they did with Mike Lindell? He's the My Pillow guy. They kicked him out of all the banks that he's using. Because
why did they kick him again?
They kicked him out because he basically was investigating and investing all his company's money into figuring out what happened in the election, right, for the fraud. And so they don't want him to do that. And then I don't know, folks, but like, look for this coming spring. There's a movie called 2000 Mules, and it's a documentary by Dinesh D'Souza. And this is a guy who's been targeted by the left because he came out with multiple conservative documentaries that it basically showed the left what they're doing to the country.
Right.
And they didn't like being called out. So they went after him. And so there's a movie now coming out. And this is broke now? What's it? No, he ain't broke. He's got a podcast. He's actually doing pretty well for himself. He's got these are like really successful like documentaries. He's got like 4 of the top 10 grossing documentaries of all time.
That'd be cool if like
Michael Moore is a bitch compared to this guy.
That'd be cool if like his subscribers got a pillow.
I know, right? My Pillow.
Wait, back on
Go
Ukraine.
get My Pillow. You want to support freedom, guys.
Go back. Wait, well,
Anyway.
Truckers Convoy.
Yeah, Trucker Convoy. Well, anyway, it's called 2,000 Mules, and it's how they had these election mules that were like harvesting all these ballots
When I hear
and
mule,
stuffing the ballot
when
box.
I hear mule, I think of somebody smuggling. No, I think about someone smuggling people.
Oh God. Well, yeah, drug mule, yeah. But these were ballot mules, right? Honestly, it's true, right?
No, I know.
And so they have video, and what they did was geo-tracking on. And then they also have, it's by law, you to have a video camera on each of the drop boxes for the ballots. So they have millions of minutes of video showing these people stuffing the ballot box. And I think one of the preview that he has out there, he said, this one guy stopped at 20 different ballot boxes 56 times in total. Wow. That's how much video they have.
That's a lot of video.
And so he's got a movie that's going to come out soon, and he's like, this is crazy. So, and notice that the four of the states were decided by less than like 25,000 votes, like Wisconsin, Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia were all decided by less than 25,000 votes.
Yeah.
So when you look at something like that and go, holy shit, and these people are stuffing the ballot box that much, it's crazy. And I know we're getting off topic, but that's part of the freedoms that are being eroded away by them taking advantage of our system.
You and I talked about this before. I think they've been eroding away a long time ago. But
I agree. No, absolutely.
It's just like now.
Absolutely.
Now we're able to catch you more, right?
Yeah.
In a way.
Well, because there's more documentation. There's more monitoring.
Yeah.
So, and they were also able to get the geo tracking from their phones, right? Because they were able to find out who these people were. And so, I guess my point is coming to the Trucker Convoy for Freedom in the U.S., doing the same thing and being inspired by it. Or Give, Send, Go or GoFundMe, because why you would ever use GoFundMe, you're nuts. Because they froze that amount of money too. They were even going to, they were in Canada, they were even going to confiscate that money and use it for something else. Did you hear that? Instead of giving it back, there was
probably the politicians' pockets.
I know, right? It was such crap. So anyway, we were sitting there.
I'm going live on both our Facebook pages.
Okay. So when we do this, so when the convoy comes out, right? And they're trying to change the narrative and the optics, right, for this trucker convoy to say that they're racist or something like that. They're not, right? We just want the mandates to end, whether it's the mask mandates,
that's it.
The vaccine mandates, right? And they don't want to have that hung over their head for them losing their livelihoods. That's it. That is it, right? And there's been a lot of positive looks from this convoy.
Yeah.
And the media is trying to paint them as racist, and that's just wrong.
No, yeah. I mean, they're going to come up with anything to try to shut them down.
Right.
I mean, it's like, hey.
So that's just bothersome to me because
that's what like we citizens is protest, and here's the thing, peacefully.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah, and that's part of our God-given rights. Yeah, based off our Constitution. And,
what's up? I don't even know who's all on here, but we have.
So we're talking about Mukbang. We're talking about Ukraine, Russia, and Freedom Convoy.
Yeah, if you didn't catch our first Mukbang, we talked about South Korea and their great invention of Mukbang. So throughout this whole video, we're gonna be like
crunching on stuff.
So terrible.
You are now.
So terrible.
You're a dirty whore. You're gonna make me choke on it. Oh God.
Oh, I swallowed it. My bad. I meant to
spit it out. You are a whore. So, but what really bothers me is they're starting to say that you should try to either take out some of your money in cash, to hold on to it, because there was a run at the banks.
So this ties with Canada.
Yeah,
this ties with the Ukraine. Because even though
so let's jump to that. Right?
Let's jump to Ukraine
because what they did was for the sanctions on Russia.
Right.
They moved to remove their system. I think it was called Click or something like that. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a way for people to pay their bills or the banks to use transactions through this system.
Okay.
And so what did they do? They halted that.
Yeah.
But the problem is when you have half of Europe basically taking the energy from Russia, right, and getting all their money, right, there's money going into Russia via their energy that they're providing to Europe. So it's like these sanctions aren't going to work or are going to do anything.
Yeah.
So it's like it's bullshit,
Bullshit.
So what they've said is also they said, well, it's only going to impact these things or what have you. Like, no, you got to shut them all down, right? You got to shut them completely down for them to have any impact, at least in the immediate, right?
Yeah.
And so even then, the more you slowly shut the faucet off as opposed to shut the whole thing off immediately, they're going to find workarounds, right?
Yeah.
Like Russia's going to find workarounds. Because I just read that, and this isn't to freak anybody out, this was expected, but he's now putting the nuclear people in standby in Russia, right? To where if he wanted to use them, he's going to use them, right? But my point is you're going to find that as we don't stand up with violence against his violence that he's creating in Ukraine,
right,
the more he's going to push, the more he's going to try to take,
is.
Right? Because he sees Joe Biden as this feckless guy who can't even string a sentence together. And what's funny is in his first,
like when you use this, the word feckless, this was like, was it last? No, it was like sometime during this week. I was like, I haven't heard feckless in a long time.
Well,
I was like,
well,
it's a good word.
I know it is. So with Joe Biden, I don't know if you folks know, but in the first week of his presidency, when he got inaugurated on January 20th of 2021, within the first week, he did an executive order lifted the Nord Stream 2 pipeline that goes directly from Russia to Germany for natural gas or oil.
Yeah.
And so what happened is because of that, Russia now doesn't have to worry about damaging the infrastructure within Ukraine because
they don't.
Exactly, because he's already pumping it through the Nord Stream 2 pipeline going around Ukraine. Right?
Yeah.
And so that was the thing that everybody was like, dude, don't do that because now Russia has Europe over a barrel as opposed to us having any leverage with Russia to not go into Ukraine. Well, all of a sudden now he's in Ukraine. And it's like, good job, Joe Biden administration, you fucks, right? Because, and then not only that, we can now... Hang on. I got a really good point.
Go ahead.
So now, even with our domestic production of oil and natural gas, Joe Biden's limited drilling on government lands and also shut down our Keystone pipeline.
Yeah.
So now we can't even... We were exporting under the Trump administration, but now... we can't even ship anything overseas because we haven't exported since the Trump administration in order to backfill what Europe would have lost if they chose to, if Russia said, okay, we're shutting this off, you're not getting your gas anymore, or you're not getting your oil anymore, and they do it that way. So it pisses me off that they did that, right?
Yeah.
And shut down our gas and oil and natural gas production to the point where we couldn't help our allies in Europe, right? To give them more leverage and keep their costs low while holding Russia in check and having leverage over them as opposed to them having leverage over us. That's the only point I was trying to make. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
I'm listening to you.
So
that's supposed to be a conversation. You're supposed to listen to
so that was my key thing that I wanted to mention to the folks.
It's
and basically,
I'm not going to disagree.
And then not only the words that Joe Biden used on his press conference, which was, well, it's one thing if it's a minor incursion. And I'm like, oh, dude, why don't you just roll the red carpet out for Putin and say, hey, take on Ukraine, you fuck.
Right.
Like, seriously? Like, so like, oh, there goes the fucking world, you asswipe.
And that's so when I look, and I'm with you on like our part, I think that we really fell short.
That's an understatement.
That's really an understatement.
Right?
It's like it's like if you had a leader that had dementia and like totally just right. Like, never mind, we do.
I know shit.
Anyway, but no. So here's So I agree with you. On that. Like I think that I do think that we did a terrible job on
and then setting up the
trying
sanctions
to prevent
so late
and sanction. I mean, like sanctioning should have happened
months ago.
Like,
well, how many?
I'm gonna be
months
honest.
did
It
they
should have
have
happened like years ago.
how many months did they have the alignment of?
For me, I think it should have happened like.
Oh yeah.
Like what is it?
As
like,
soon as they start showing up at the border, yeah.
Like maybe
well,
like
yeah, they
when
avoided,
Obama
what was
started,
it? They under George W. Bush, they invaded Georgia, and then under Obama, they invaded Crimea, I think it was.
So yeah,
and then President Trump, because he was a loose cannon and all his mean tweets scared Putin. Right. He was like, okay, for 4 years, Putin didn't do anything because let's face it, people thought Trump was unpredictable, and Trump was okay with our enemies having that persona of him because it scared them, right? And then it comes to Biden, and he lifts the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. I don't know if you folks know, but Joe Biden got $3.5 million from the former mayor of Moscow's wife, which tells you there's some type of corruption there.
Well, I don't probably know what. To get rid of Epstein.
Hey, knock this guy off. I'm implicated with it.
Like, listen, Putin
did you hear? Epstein's #1 sex trafficker was found dead. He was killed.
Wait,
He was in jail. He was in jail or what have you. There was another guy that got taken out.
Oh, okay.
He got Epstein in his prison cell. Oh, he got Epstein in his prison cell.
So he was okay. All right. For a minute, I thought you meant like he was the sex like the person that was being sex trafficked.
No. He was trafficking women or girls or
I'm
kids.
Like, fuck, man.
I mean, well, Joe Biden.
Both.
Yeah, I know, right?
No pun intended on that one. I was, but like, so I'm with you on the U.S. and doing something about it. I also think that
because if we're not
a lot falls on us because it's like, well,
we're a superpower. We should always
right?
have been exuding a superpower.
But then, like part of me feels, and so here it is like it's a hard choice to make because then you're gonna get like, oh, we're sending our troops to another fucking place, right?
Oh, agree, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's like, well, fuck, like, because then you're like. Then you're going to wonder how long are they going to be there?
Yep.
When are they going to pull out?
And everybody understand.
Yeah. And so that's a hard because you don't. It's like,
mind you, I did have a sex joke with a pull out.
I know.
You look like you're like, oh my god, there's like 50.
I was waiting for you.
I know, right?
I was like totally waiting for you to do something. That's why I got quiet.
I know, right? Because I usually always say I hate pulling
But
out.
then, like with with the NATO contract, is it like with NATO? And here's the hard part too. So when they found out, they pulled all the U.S. troops out of the Ukraine, right? From what I heard. They're like,
I don't think they had troops there. They had diplomats.
They had diplomats, but there were some
in the U.S. embassy.
There was some.
Right?
I think there were some troops. And but
did you hear what Joe Biden's administration said when they were leaving?
What?
They said that, we won't let you out of Ukraine unless you've gotten the clot shot. Have you heard that?
No.
They said that. They literally said that. Like, I know, right? Like, oh, you know what? We're not going to let you leave, even though you tell us because you haven't gotten the clot shot yet. I'd be like, fuck you. Give me a gun. I'm going to go after some Russians. Like, screw that shit.
Everybody, there are U.S. citizens in the Ukraine right now that can't leave.
Yeah, there
are. It's like, but...
Well, did you hear? I think, what Putin is like, because I think they now control the airspace.
Yeah.
That there's like no flights going out of actually out of even Russia. I think even because they grounded stuff.
Yeah, but then the Ukraine shot down
True, they shot down a couple of supply.
They shot down, I think, like
planes.
five planes.
Yeah.
So
I'll say this, man, Ukraine guys, you guys fucking rock, man. You guys hold strong there, man.
Definitely.
Fight for your country, right? And they're doing it because I give a lot of props to their president. He's like, I need ammunition, not prayers.
Right.
Screw you. Like, I don't need.
And did you see that? What is it? There's the Klitschko brothers. They're both
the Clit brothers. What? I'm like, what?
Klitschko brothers.
Clit commander.
They're two brothers that
they're professional boxers. You owe me a Coke.
Yeah. Fucking A. Why am I
Trash Panda wins again.
I'm slow.
Rocket Panda.
I'm slow on the take on that one all the time. Did you see, like, I remember I
don't
saw
worry, I got 4 and 1 here, so we're now even now. That was the 5th one.
Okay, yeah. I saw a picture and they're like all suited up, ready to go, and people are like, hey, these are people that could have
they fatigued up and
out of there when this happened, but they're gonna stay in.
Yeah, I give a lot of credit to those guys. So
yeah.
And did you hear the guys from Snake Island? They're like, "Hey, commies, go fuck yourself." I was like, "Yeah, Ukraine rocks, man."
Yeah,
I know because they want to be free. They want to be free.
Yeah, they do.
And I'm going to history real quick for the viewers. And the thing is in Ukraine, I think it was all the way up to 2015 or 2016.
Mm-hmm.
They had a Russian president stooge.
Yeah,
that was the president.
Yeah,
of
you
Ukraine.
told me about this.
They
which
got
is
him
a
out.
Great idea.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like
and
hats off to Russia.
That was because Russia wanted their interest to be held in Ukraine.
You sneaky
right?
bastard, you. Yeah.
And so what they did was the Ukraine government finally got him out, right? And then they instilled a guy that they wanted that was pro like EU, like Europe,
NATO,
freedom, NATO, right?
Like that's where they're talking NATO.
And so what did they do? Once he became president,
why did they join NATO?
They haven't yet. That was one of Russia's conditions.
Yeah,
that Ukraine didn't join NATO for them not to invade. Guess what? Biden's like, yeah, don't worry, Russia. We won't make them part of a NATO country. And then he's like, we're going in anyway.
Going in anyways.
Oh, you fucking
bullshit. Well,
it is bullshit.
Yeah, because he knows they would have probably signed the NATO anyways.
Oh yeah, and because honestly, like Ukraine is in one of those regions that's very rich in natural resources and what have you.
Right.
Because if you remember in the 90s, they had a lot of Russians nukes when they broke away from Russia, the old USSR, once it crumbled, right in the late 80s, early 90s. And so then they made a deal, I think it was under the Clinton administration, that Russia was like, okay, we won't invade you, but we just want our nukes back. And they were like, okay, like, no offense, whoever wrote that fucking deal, you're a moron.
So terrible.
Like, no offense, like, I get it if Ukraine had a very unstable government maybe at that time, so they were maybe even worried about that. But the fact that Ukraine wanted to be independent, break off of Russia, and you give Russia their nukes back, you're like, oh, this there's nothing that could go wrong with this deal.
You know what
seriously?
It reminds me of? It's like
your house getting broken into. You've got a gun on him and say, oh, will you leave as long as I just give you my gun? Oh, here you go. And then he shoots me. Like, seriously?
It reminds me of like being young and like having baseball cards, and there's like a couple kids that are like
scamming you out of your cards.
3 or 4 younger than me.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, well, I got this one right here. It was comics too. Like I saw this comic this kid had, which was like badass.
Priceless?
Right? Yeah. And like I'm like, well, I got this Batman one and some other one, and it was like an original, like I think first or second or third.
Oh God, first
green,
edition
like
with
Green Hornet.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, so because like back then I had the Wizard comic book. You remember
You're
that?
a douche, man. You just ripped it
Fuck
off.
yeah. Like I had the Wizard price guide with me. I'm like, oh yeah, they're the same price. Fuck no, it wasn't. Like this one comic book was like worth at least like $80 more. And like, because theirs is worth like 50 cents.
It's like first edition Hulk in the 40s.
Mine was like 50 cents. And so I gave him like 2 for 1. It's like that's what it reminds me of. I'm like,
oh my God,
like
29 or 250.
29 or 250.
Mr.
Evans. 29 250.
Oh man,
that's awesome. Like that's what it reminds me of. It's like they so just
you
got
should have
fucking
Mr.
like,
Allen's. I would have said okay. Like I'm on sale.
They go so got fucked. Like, who gives like your nukes?
Oh, I know, right?
Like that's like North Korea. It's like, hey, listen, U.S. Listen, if you give us your nukes,
yeah.
How about we try capitalism and democracy? We'll do that for you.
Yeah, too bad they'll invade the next fucking day.
I promise.
As soon as the last nuke crosses the border back to Russia, they're like, thanks for giving us all your weapons. Bye-bye.
It's so like, stupid.
You know?
Oh, so that was a terrible deal.
Yeah. It's so fucking bad.
But, okay, so back on track. Like, it is hard to make that decision on what to do. I wouldn't want to be, because I think any president right now.
Yeah.
I think I definitely think if Trump or Obama, either one of them would have done a better job than him.
Oh yeah. Well, they wouldn't have lifted the sanctions on the Nord
they would.
Stream,
No,
right?
they wouldn't. And I think, I just see both Obama and Trump. Like I see them being way more like I'm gonna put my fucking foot down on this. Right.
Hopefully, yeah. You would
that
think
at least.
would.
I mean, at least I think.
You just based off of historics, yeah.
So, I mean, look at how many people Obama killed. not himself. Listen, okay, wait. Hold on.
He's not Hillary
Obama,
Clinton. He's not Hillary Clinton.
But look at how many drone strikes happened. Like during, if you look at how many,
there's
it's
a
like the
record
most
number.
drone strikes.
Well, hang on.
Which is like, I'm like, well, fuck.
I don't know
I'm
if
like,
you know, but Obama, during when the ISIS thing was taking place, he would literally let them know. I
worded that wrong.
I know, right?
We're gonna get pulled just because I said
no. So what Obama did was he made.
What it meant was Obama was killing it.
Actually, he wasn't. So hang on, and I'll tell you why. The reason why is because the drones that he sent out, he would notify the terrorists, like, hey, we're bombing this location on this date and this time. You better leave and bail.
Yeah.
So what they'd leave is then they'd hit their infrastructure.
Right.
That was it.
Which was fucking good, though. Well, there are some casualties.
But the problem is ISIS grew so much after they left Iraq. That the problem with that was you weren't taking out the fundamental of people that were actually tyranny over that area, right, or that region, which was bad.
Goes in hand with Russia, right?
Kind of, yeah. So, but that's a whole different ball of wax. It's a whole different thing.
So, like,
but my point is anytime under the former presidents, Russia would invade, they'd always really hold back.
No,
we're not going to do this, right?
They would
because they had a competent leader.
They'd put that chain on choke.
Right. Oh yeah. With
no
choke chains?
with no safe word.
Yeah, I know, right?
Ball and all. So Obama and Trump, I think both of you guys would have handled this way better. But I think that any president though, like, it would be hard too, because if you look at NATO and the other countries surrounding it, like even if like the U.S. like starts flying troops over to the Ukraine, that's
what they don't want.
That means for Russia to declare war on us.
Correct. World War III.
So like that's where I'd be like, well, fuck, what do we do? Which is like they definitely should have done some preventatives before this.
So what Europe's doing?
It's like we're in a condom.
They're aligning troops on the NATO countries that border Ukraine. Right. That's what they're doing. So they aren't entering Ukraine. Mukbang. So they're not entering Ukraine. They're just staying on the border of the NATO countries on the west side, right?
Yeah.
So they're not engaging. What I'm really disappointed in Biden, and I'm not surprised at it, because I knew as soon as Afghanistan happened, not the news, but the conservative podcasters that I listen to have been saying this for months, like, oh, flag to Russia, flag to China. They're both going to invade Ukraine and Taiwan. You watch.
See, here's the thing.
Because they took over Hong Kong.
Biden does have a good excuse.
He's senile?
He forgot.
Oh, God. Yeah, he did forget.
It's like,
I don't remember.
I'm like, never mind. Go ahead.
Can you imagine?
Go play in your sandbox.
Could you imagine deposing that guy? Could you imagine deposing him? Like bringing him in front of a panel and saying, well, what did you do here? What have you? He wouldn't fucking remember. He can't even have a conversation. He's like, I sniff girls' hairs. Like, yes, exactly. Like, I know. Snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies. What? It's so terrible.
It's bad.
So my point is when you look at his cognitive decline, it invites people to challenge, especially China and Russia. And so that's my point on it. Oh,
so you want to
do Fluffer's top?
Oh no, but I want to talk to you about the Ukraine still and the Trukerconvoy.
Okay.
Because this is pretty cool what I saw today.
Yeah, go ahead. What did you see?
So when I was on my way back from working, I was going down Jefferson in Detroit to go to the freeway.
You're not living off unemployment like everybody else?
No.
Oh.
I was like, should I?
You're not living when you are living off the government.
They cut all that shit. I was too late for it.
I know, right? At least your wife wasn't. Oh, she'd have number 4 on the way.
Yeah. There was so I saw like huge fucking lines. I'm like, fuck me, it's gonna take me forever to get home.
Yeah.
But then I realized there was a huge protest downtown.
Really?
Protesting in favor for like supporting Ukraine.
Wow. Okay.
And you know, like there's the tunnel, right? That shit was backed up with trucks with Ukraine flags all over it. I'll show you. I have it on my phone.
Oh, Chewy, you puked, honey. Oh, that's okay. We'll clean it up later.
We should mukbang the puke.
Oh God. It's okay, babies. It's okay.
But I'll show you the video. I have it on my phone. I was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, I was beeping my horn, holding my fist out, like, yeah. Got you, right? Got to support it. But I was like, it's nice to see that there's people here, you know, trying to advocate for Ukraine as well.
Well, that is good. That is the one thing. Even Russia, even Russian citizens that were in prison for
in Moscow.
Yeah,
right? That's fucking.
They literally protested, and they were literally being taken away because obviously in communists you can't protest against the government, and they just whisked them away in the paddy wagon. They're like, disappear. Man. Yeah. They.
Let's be honest. Are they alive?
Probably not.
Probably not. We don't know factual.
Speaking of alive, I don't know if you know this, but Russia, they brought in. That is disgusting. We are not doing another mukbang episode. We are not doing it. I've hit my threshold. I can no longer be part of this podcast anymore. I know I can. You called my bluff.
Is that too much?
No,
never. Taking it from my lips. You're like all sick.
No, God. No, so come on, man. So Russian government, the military actually has a portable incinerator on a truck.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
The Russian military has a body incinerator.
What?
Yeah. And you want to know why?
In the Ukraine?
Yeah, in the Ukraine. They've taken it with them. And it's so
can just throw people in and
it's the optics. It's the optics.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh man, this puke smells really bad. I gotta clean it up.
We can still
talk. You talk, man. I gotta clean that shit up. That's a pile, bud.
Hold on, I'll move for a sec.
It's
still here.
This smells pretty bad. I know, bud. It's okay.
So, we'll talk about I'm lost without him. I don't know what to say. I'm scared. I know. Hi. Welcome to ASMR with Jason. Right now, you're in Rust Belt Bastards. So, a cool, interesting tidbit I learned. I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast, and he had an ex-extremist on his show. He was talking about. I'll wait for you to come down to hear what I'm.
Well, you gotta move out of the way. I gotta move the chairs. I can't get down there to clean it out without you moving. You gotta move.
Oh man, we're gonna
this whole thing. You gotta move. You gotta move the chairs.
Okay, should we just pause it for a few? We could just cut this part out, can't we?
Not really, but whatever. Cleaning up your dog's puke. Oh, it's pretty raunchy. Oh, it's a pile, man. He's a 30-pound dog. Oh, that stinks.
So the latest podcast I watched of Joe Rogan's, he had, it was maybe a few days ago, he had, his guest was an ex-Islamic extremist.
Oh, you're telling me? Yeah.
And he was talking about this and talking about Russia, the Ukraine, invading people. And countries invading other people, and also discussing about torture, right? Because he was talking about, the word extremist, like when you see Russia, and it's there can be extremists in it, right? Obviously, what they're doing. But he compared it to how extremists are portrayed here, and an extremist would be, the left or the right are extremists, and he said he gets pissed off about it because he said he's like, you guys are throwing that word around, and he's
That's
like,
a general word. Though.
well, but he's like, you have no idea what extremist was because he grew up, in a camp, right?
Okay.
So he had no choice.
Yeah.
Like he was just indoctrinated into the extremist life.
Okay.
But it wasn't like them teaching him at first. It was them like torturing him.
Yeah.
So like his view on an extremist, it was like he's like, listen, when I was young, it's like he's like I got stabbed with screwdrivers, fucking like
That's
knives, fucking everything you could think of. Right?
Up.
They would put him in a cell, and just he would have to watch people getting electrocuted.
Oh wow!
And he
that'll mess with you.
Yeah, and so I was like, he's an extremist. When you think of that, that's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Right? He's like, you're worried about. He's like in the U.S. He's like, you have no idea, and this is how he tied it to the Russia and Ukraine. He's like, you guys have no idea of war.
Oh yeah.
Right now,
we're soft. Because Europe and the U.S. are soft.
Yeah, and he's like, and he talked about, it's like, you guys should like being better prepared. There's no reason why the U.S. shouldn't have been prepared for this.
Absolutely.
But some cool information that I heard was the Taliban, right?
Okay.
And I was like, when he said this about the Taliban, it's like, oh fuck, I would have done this too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't blame the Taliban.
Oh yeah.
Because he talked about, he's like, people are like, Russia this, and he's like, but you don't see what your own country is doing. He's like, I came where he grew up in Pakistan.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And not to say like, listen, like I love the U.S.
The U.S.'s government does some shit.
But he's like, every government in every country is doing stuff. He's he's like, guess what? Yeah, guess what? U.S. doesn't support torture, right?
Bullshit.
But they outsource it.
Waterboarding.
They outsource.
Yeah, they third party it to these militia groups.
So when he was young, he actually got taken.
Okay.
Right, and put into a camp.
So like a Liam Neeson film.
Yeah.
Okay.
The step with how anybody trying to get him.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think. So this is so he talked about. He's like, listen, you don't know what your own government's doing, and he's like, you should like, with what they outsource. He's like, you think they would be better prepared, and that's why he thinks like, listen, like people fucking knew about this,
right?
Because you're doing other shit. So they like he's like the grand scheme of things. Yeah. Like you never know.
They're turning a blind eye to it.
But going back to the Taliban, he's like
Taliban.
Taliban.
Sounds like a chocolate, like a bonbon. Like you want a Taliban?
Like was it the Toblerone? Remember Toblerone? It's like that triangle, crunchy square.
No.
That
Bugles?
No.
I don't know.
Chocolate.
I don't know.
Anyways, the Taliban, you always heard them, bombing and attacking vaccine.
Okay.
And this goes back to
mandating the vaccine.
About vaccines, right?
Right now, yeah.
So obviously us was like, shit, they're bombing vaccine centers that we're providing to help vaccinate children.
Okay.
And this was vaccinations for hepatitis B.
Okay.
Right? So we sent people over to do vaccinations to help them out. Guess what?
What?
They were all fake. Not all, like majority. Guess who's involved with it?
U.S.
CIA.
Yep.
The CIA. When he said this, I was like, holy shit. So the CIA set up fake hepatitis B vaccination sites so they could try. So obviously they're getting blood work, right?
Yeah, okay.
They're getting blood work from kids to see if they could track any family members of Bin Laden.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
It's like, holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they couldn't find the guy? My ass.
So he's like, he goes, so, when and then guess what happened? like U.S. comes in and they start, there's a war, right?
Yeah.
He's like, well, why is there a war? He's like, your own people, your government is in, and he's one of the people that he said, he's like, listen, like they pumped me with a shot, and they have no idea what it was ever.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, that's fucking crazy.
It is crazy.
Right? And so, like, when you hear about that, I love the U.S., but then, like, when you hear about that, it's like, it makes you question.
There's
like,
so many things that you don't know that your government's doing in the name of your own country.
Hey, we're like a superpower. But, for how long?
Yeah, the way we're headed.
So I went really off topic. I do think
it's all related.
All related.
To the level of our government's interacting.
The level of our government interactions. And like he said, he's like, he's like, listen, Putin's a terrible guy, but has he done anything personal to you? Has he?
He sounds like a nice guy.
Yeah, but then like, and he was like, has he like sent any people over and done this? It's like, maybe. I was like, look what he did.
Well, I'll say this: China's more of a threat to the world than Russia is by far.
Oh yeah,
because look at how much
China
has infiltrated our not only government with their money, but Hollywood, the NBA, our infrastructure, everything, right? And so you look at the level of influence.
I've read something where it would still be hard, even though like how big of like their military is, it still would be hard for them to attack Taiwan.
Oh well.
Just because of
when it comes to Taiwan, because it's a water invasion and an air invasion, it's harder.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is that I think there's only 2 or 3 months out of the year that the water is calm enough in the South China Sea there between the mainland China and Taiwan, where the water is calm enough to where they could invade it. And that's in April and I think November. And so my theory is, and I'm going to make a prediction right now, I think China this year is going to invade sometime in April. It's just a gut feel. I hope not, but I hope they don't get invaded at all. No, I don't think so.
But then you say like when they do take a look at how the U.S. handled Russia, it's like wow.
Well, Afghanistan waved the white flag and said we are the U.S. no more. Right? Our foreign policy is we're going to leave our own people behind enemy lines. Right. We're going to pull out and tuck tail and run, and we're a bunch of bitches. Yeah. And let's face it, Joe Biden, he does not exactly exude strength, right? Yeah. And I'll tell you.
Are you glad they pulled out of Afghanistan?
Well, I hate pulling out in general.
I know.
But Afghanistan, no. Well, think about it, right?
Well, this wasn't just Biden. This started with Trump.
Hang on. Everybody wants to like really.
But not even Trump, but Obama. It started with.
Hang on. So let me explain. So
right.
I've researched this a lot, and I've listened to a lot of people.
Good.
And what they say is yes. You're right. Under the I think Obama whittled down the number of military men and women that were there.
Right.
Trump did the same thing.
Right.
And they said, look, we want to get out. We don't want to be here forever, what have you. Well, what happened was Trump met with the leader of the Taliban over there and said, look, we will withdraw. However, it comes with a list of conditions.
Yeah.
And if you don't abide by these conditions, guess what? I know where your family lives. I know what tribe they're part of because Afghanistan's broken a bunch of tribes.
Right.
Fuck out of them. He goes,
what, Trump did?
Trump did. And he goes, hey, here's my list of demands. You abide by these, we'll pull out. And guess what? For the next year and a half after that, for the last year and a half to 2 years of Trump's presidency, there was no casualties in Afghanistan. So hang on. So there was no risk. There was no risk to our military men and women because Trump laid that communicative groundwork with the Taliban because they knew he was serious.
So do you think it would have been just a matter of time?
So for people to sit there and say it was a 20-year war and all of this crap, I said, you've really got to peel that statement back to say, well, there's more murders in Chicago every year than out in Afghanistan, really being honest, right? And I'm not to digging Chicago, but no, I really do because Lori Lightfoot's turned into a fucking shithole. Anyway, getting back to Taliban, right? And in Afghanistan, what they've done is once Joe Biden got in office, though, he then pulls them all out in such a way That's awful. And what's problematic with that
because it just
hang on.
Made
so this is why
them,
so many military men and women spoke out about it at the time, was they have Bagram Air Base. It's in a rural area.
Right.
It's not heavily densely populated.
And that had all the aircraft.
And it had all the aircraft. It had multiple runways where they could have landed, taken off, gotten everybody out safely. They could have hopscotched from whether it was the the Kabul airport that was in the city that they originally left from, and then left everybody behind enemy lines, left all our military hardware there, left all the intelligence there.
That shit up.
I know, right?
Which makes you think.
Well, they did. They ripped out a lot of the circuitry guts from the helicopters and stuff. But I know.
It's like you can just
trust me. You're preaching to the choir, dude. But so the way. So my point is the way that Biden did it makes no sense.
Right.
From a it's like a 5-year-old said, "Oh, pretty plane, take off from there." Yeah. It's like nobody. They did it on purpose. That's my point. They did that intentionally because they wanted to show to the rest of the world that we are a feckless nation now that we're under Biden, right? When you look at
but that doesn't make any sense for Biden. Like that's why Biden would do that.
Yeah, because he's saying to our enemies, he's bought by Russia and he's bought by China. You don't think he's giving aid and comfort to the enemy when he does shit like that? Like that's my point, right?
Right.
You can't open borders, right? Like the fact that he's spending so much money and giving much money to the banks that he's devaluing the dollar so much, like open borders at Mexico and the U.S. Like all these things line up to where it intentionally, like nobody's this fucking stupid. There's other people behind him that are doing this stuff that is intentionally destroying the country.
For me,
right?
For me,
that's why I don't buy any of this. Like, yeah, Biden's stupid as shit. But there's somebody else.
For me, there's someone else. For me, like even him and Trump, it's just a facade. Like it is. Like
you think Biden's stupidity is a facade?
Oh no, not a facade. They're just they're a
puppet. They're a puppet. Yeah.
Like I don't disagree. But at the same time, because I wonder, just as if
then the people under Trump were way more patriotic than the people that are in for the Biden.
But one of the reasons is probably because all the shit they probably have on them. Right? It's like, well, I guess I'll do this.
Well, they're all they're all blackmailed. I guess maybe. I don't know.
But it for me, I always wonder what the end game is for it, because it's
everybody does,
because
it's the Great Reset is what I was is the end game.
If you look at Russia, right? We'll go back to Russia, and we'll tie in the Taliban with this, right? Okay. Was it under? I forget who Russia was trying to invade, and I think it was Bush. Reagan was before Bush, right?
Yeah,
right.
Reagan.
Yeah, I think it might have been
Reagan, then George Bush Sr.
Right, George.
Then Clinton,
it was like sometime between
George
Reagan
Bush,
and
then Obama,
Bush,
Trump, and Biden.
Yeah, it was somewhere between nearing Reagan's end to Bush's beginning. Yeah, where Russia was there was skirmishes, right?
Right.
And they wanted to fight off Russia. Well, U.S. came in.
Well, that was when the USSR broke up.
Yeah, right? And then guess who else? Then we supplied. Actually, what now is the Taliban with weapons, right? Just gave them shit and trained them, and
that was Charlie Wilson's war.
And
they asked the Jewish folks to fuel Taliban with weapons,
where it's
because Russia was invading Afghanistan. Yeah, so we gave the rebels weapons. We didn't want to directly give it to them, so we gave them to Israel, and they told us, and Israel's like, wait a minute, you want us to give our enemies weapons? And they're like, hey, just enough for them to push back the people from Russia that are trying to invade.
So do you think
Afghanistan?
Obviously, this has been Putin's he's wanted this for a while.
Right? Yeah, he's getting the band back together, man.
And he is. The monkeys are coming back.
I know, right? What are you saying?
You want to know what? Is Yoko Ono still alive?
I don't know.
I don't know. We just sent her over there.
She'll break them up real fast.
Real fucking quick.
I saw where you're going with that.
Someone will get
nice. One person named John will get shot. There'll be only one casualty.
That's so terrible.
And Russia will lose. That's awesome. No, that's pretty good.
Like, well, fuck.
That's pretty good.
Fuck, I forgot where I was going with that because of that.
Fluffers Top Spanks.
Let's go. Let's go to Fluffers
all
Top
right,
Spanks.
all right.
So should we tell them?
Yeah. So folks, we got like this top 10, right? It's kind of a fun little list that we came up with, and it's we titled it Fluffers Top Spanks
because fluffers are important in porn.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Absolutely. And like fluffers, what do they help provide? Spanks.
Hence, Fluffers Top Spanks.
Fluffers Top Spanks.
So for the topic for today, we're going on this one.
We're going here.
Yeah, we're
down.
going from here down, right?
Not up to down. Not down. Not down.
No, we're going 10 to 1.
10 to 1 or 1 to 10.
Oh God, public education is failing us.
Damn it!
It goes top 10 down to 1. So we're gonna start here and end here.
My mama taught me how to count
good
the apple.
No, so these are the top 10 reasons why Putin is invading Ukraine. So, you want me to do the first one? All right, I'll do the first one. So, top 10 reasons Putin is invading Ukraine. Because Biden got $3.5 million from the former mayor of Moscow's wife, and Putin wants his cut. Number 9.
Number 9. Putin is getting the band back together. Ukraine is the bass player. Does it mean like bass players always quit? Or like what happened?
That was just, I don't know.
You're a musician more than me.
Well, I'll say this: the drummers.
You played the bass, right?
No, I
played the guitar.
Stop! I play drums.
But you were learning how to play the bass guitar.
I attempted to play the guitar, but I was not that good at it at all. I actually like piano and drums. Those are the fun ones to play.
Fun ones.
But no, so drums, like drums.
I love playing a good organ.
I figured you would go there at any point in time in that conversation. But no, drumming, right, in bands, right, like the drummer always got the flack because they'd always want the drummer to hold back, so the rest of the band can play whatever. The bass player, like, you can literally delete the bass player from any band and be like, yeah, okay, I don't care, like, because the bass just provides the lower end sound. But yeah, we're on number 8. Go. Number 8. Oh my God. You're gonna mukbang. Lowest viewership ever doing that.
Right? No, you're 8. I just did 9.
Oh, did you just do that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, number 8. Top 10 reasons.
Public school education.
I know, right? I can't count. I can't fucking count. My eyes are done.
I don't know what sequential order is.
Oh, George. Fucking terrible.
Come on, engineer this shit.
Right.
You're supposed to be good with numbers. Fuck, man.
That's a myth.
I'm just an early childhood. I didn't need a lot of math.
You're awful, man. Some more Coke, because I'm getting a dry throat from your sarcasm. Yeah, I know, right? No, my nose bleed yesterday.
We need a Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, we need Robert Downey Jr.
Back in the day, not recent one, but like Cokehead.
Yeah, Cokehead.
So
Cokehead era Downey
He's
Jr. Such a great actor. Okay, so number 8 for top 10 reasons why Putin invaded Ukraine, because Ukraine kicked their ass in the Winter Olympics.
So true.
Was Ukraine even in the Winter Olympics? I don't
Well, they have to.
I'm sure they
imagine.
Well, yeah, the boxers, they're in the Summer Olympics.
Like what is it? But we were talking. So I talked to you about this because it made me laugh because Russia was pulled out of the Olympics for steroid use. I can't remember.
The girl was for the figure skating.
No, there was a lot of
Was it really? There was a lot of them. Did you hear what China was doing?
Hold on.
So hang on. So while you're doing that,
Yeah.
I'll say. So China, they said that they were potentially targeting people that were going to perform really well against their athletes in China.
Mm-hmm.
So what they did was they falsified the COVID tests and then quarantined them so they couldn't be in the race.
And then they gave them raw chicken.
Yeah, exactly. Then gave them raw chicken
up.
to be sick. I couldn't believe that, man. I mean, seriously, when you have an athlete that needs like 2,000-3,000 calories a day because they're exercising, and then you slap them potentially in basically a prison cell, and then give them like less than 1,000 calories a day worth of food, and even then the food is raw and nasty, dude, they're gonna get really sick.
Yeah, okay, so check it out. You ready?
Okay, go. Go.
In December 2019, the World Anti-Doping Agency barred Russia from the international sports competition after concluding that it had orchestrated and run a sprawling and state-sponsored doping scheme at the 2014 Winter Olympics. So, yeah,
Nice.
Way to go, Ukraine! Beat the fuck out of them.
Ivan Drago from Rocky 4.
I must break you.
You on steroids,
I know.
bro. Seriously. All right, you're number 7.
Ukraine is DTE Music Theater, and Russia sees it as Pine Knob. This is for that.
This is for the Michigan folks, yeah. It's so ironic that they changed it to DTE back in the 90s. And then they changed it now back to Pine Knob.
They did, right?
So apparently Pine Knob and Ukraine, you guys got the same fate.
Yep.
Sorry.
Fuck.
That is fuck. Too soon? Russia's name and done in vain.
I know.
Too current?
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
All right.
Oh man. Top 10 reasons Putin is invading Ukraine. Number 6. Nord Stream 2 pipeline is code for anal sex in Germany. We had to get a little kinky on that one.
You did okay. Number 5. Because Germany asked for a higher energy cost. They're like, listen, we have a lot of dominatrix and a lot of fucking dildos and shit. It's like,
we need to broaden our horizons on our.
Like, listen, we need to start charging these motherfuckers because they're using a lot of fucking
voltage
here.
Oh, they're using way too much propane and blowtorches and shit. All right, number.
Like, I was trying to think of something with David Hasselhoff.
Wait, the bonus one. Bonus one. Okay, bonus one. Bonus one. Yeah, I got one.
Okay.
So the reason why Russia's invading Ukraine is because Russia wants David Hasselhoff back. They're jealous of David Hasselhoff.
He's awesome with his leather jacket and leather pants.
They were pissed. They were pissed when Western Germany fell.
What was the song? I can't even fucking remember.
Oh, I don't even know.
It's so hilarious.
It was a huge hit in Germany, but it tanked here. All right, so number 4. Top 10 reasons why Putin is invading Ukraine, because communist pussy doesn't smell that fresh. And you know Putin, he's a leader. He wants his pussy to taste fresh.
Who would have known that famine?
Whoever knew what famine and communism was going to
tainted pussy.
That maybe should have been number 1.
Oh, bring it in.
Up top. Oh man.
Good play on words.
Oh man.
Seriously. It's just like he likes a bit of a challenge. It's like they're just.
He wants some strange from a foreign land. He wants to literally raw dog it into Ukraine.
How does my pussy taste like sorrow?
It sure so don't taste like freedom, that's for sure.
That's what happens when you only get like a slice of bread a week in a
Oh
crate.
shit, man.
Like
some raw chicken. Here's some raw pussy.
None of that.
None of that. We don't have that in communist.
So terrible.
Oh man. Oh shit. You ready? Because you got number 3, bro. You want me to do it?
This should have been.
You want me to do it?
Let me do it. That was great.
I'll do it.
Go on. He's like a fucking but the public bricks with full plus.
He's on a stool because he's 5'4". He's like, I bang you from behind, but I need step stool. Give me short ladies. Wait a minute. Better yet, give me midgets. Give me midgets. Give me communistic midgets. I short. I wear 4-inch heels.
I put a designer phone on the ribs.
You thought you thought Napoleon was short. Look at me.
Oh Jesus! Oh, like my head hurts.
All right, I'll do number 3.
Should have been like that. Should have been number 3.
Oh, that's all good.
It's all right. We'll say that one again just for fun.
All right. So top 10 reasons Putin is invading Ukraine. Number 3, Putin wants to give Ukraine the nukes back.
Which are, like we talked about it earlier. Ukraine.
Oh yeah.
Say it. I was gonna say.
I'm just saying. I can't. My cheeks
like Indian givers.
Oh God! I didn't think you were gonna go there. You were so bad. I thought this was the one section of the video that we would not derail on.
Listen.
Oh man.
It was like in generational times. If you look at generations, like that's a terrible thing that was like said about like Indian giving.
Yeah,
right? That's terrible. But like, and I remember when I was younger, like people said it all the time, but people talk about it's like, listen, you got to look at like the generations. Not to say that it wasn't wrong for saying it, but like at that present time, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can never look at history through today's lenses.
Did I dig myself out of that?
Oh, man, I don't know. All right, I'll keep going. All right, I'll keep going. You want to do number 2?
Yes.
All right, you'll do number. You do. If you can freaking stop heckling like a goddamn hen, maybe you could get through one. All right, top 10 reasons is invading Ukraine. Number 2, go.
Chernobyl is a premium condo real estate. It's like, I want some timeshares.
They don't need street lights because everything fucking glows.
He wants some mutant pussy. That's some mutant pussy. What's this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Oh my god! I like seriously. Like that's. I don't care how many fucking years it's been. Like Chernobyl and Ukraine alone, I'm like, well, fuck
Chernobyl
that.
booty.
I've been like, fuck that place. Like
you're like, literally, if you had to choose between a woman with herpes or a woman that came straight out of Chernobyl, which one would you bang? See, nobody's gonna burn his bang in Chernobyl. Oh,
no offense, like it's.
Well, have you heard? I don't know. There's a mini series called Chernobyl. I think.
Yeah, there is.
I want to watch it too because they showed that because nobody's lived there, and like no human has inhabited that area. It's basically grown up so naturally to look like a natural landscape now. There's like there's wild dogs running around in there. Mm-hmm. All sorts of and they've adapted to the radiation and stuff. So is there mutation? I'm sure there might be, but it was interesting, right? So, but all right, I'm number 1. All right,
were you conceived in Chernobyl?
Oh God.
I'm sorry,
Quaid.
Like that alone. Russia just like no, washing my hands clean in the Ukraine.
I know, right?
You're like, go ahead, be part of NATO. You're like, Biden, come on. Maybe that's why Biden. Maybe Biden did all his shady trades in Chernobyl. That's why he's all fucked up.
He's got to go back every couple of years to recharge.
For 3, you see him just fucking glowing.
No, maybe they send little girls to Chernobyl. They get all juiced up, and then Biden just sniffs them and then absorbs all the radioactive energy, and then Biden's good to go.
That's why he's sniffing here. He's like, "You're not from Chernobyl. God damn it,
get out of here! You don't do anything for me."
Like, oh my gosh!
All right, so you ready for number 1? All right, top 10 reasons why Putin is invading Ukraine. Biden's a bitch. Straight up, Biden, you're a bitch.
Yacht.
All right, that's it.
Let's go back.
Boom.
Let's go back to the.
You want to go back? What? We did 10. Like
We did do 10.
You want to do plus 1?
I want to talk about communist pussy.
Oh God,
Not tasting fresh. That's number 1. That should have been number 1.
Well, you gotta feed your people. Right. You gotta feed your pussy. You feed your pussy. You gotta feed. You gotta feed your people.
That might, like when we were coming up with these, like Biden and bitch is like short, simple, and we laughed, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like saying it like out loud, like I'm like, holy shit!
I know.
Like that communist pussy doesn't smell fresh.
Folks, we came up with this list in like 10 minutes.
It smells like shrimp that's been in a refrigerator too long. It's like I knew I should.
No.
I knew I should have cooked them.
It smells like shrimp that stayed out for a week in your trash. It's
like I had shrimp in a bag before.
You forgot about it?
No, it's in the fridge, but you just leave it there.
Oh, yeah.
And it gets all slimy and fucking smells terrible.
So fucking gross.
You see just like the pussy lips just
come on!
Salivating slime.
Come on! You can't go there, man. Come on. You just can't. Man, my cheeks hurt from that fucking segment.
Holy shit, that's fantastic.
Oh god, you couldn't get this. See, this is gonna be our best one. Like these segments are gonna be awesome.
We're gonna have like when we do more fluffer top spanks, we're gonna have like the best of top fluffer top spanks.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that's
we got one for a music segment where it's what is it?
For meatloaf.
For meatloaf.
Yeah,
like
stay tuned for that one.
Yeah. Shall we tell them what just the title is? No? Don't even tell them. Okay,
we gotta get that one.
All right. But yeah.
Shit. That was fantastic.
That's good. I like that. That's fucking awesome. Oh man. So yeah. Fluffer's Top Spanks.
Support Ukraine however you can, right? Even if it's like with the
will the government shut down GoFundMe or Give Send Go? Oh no, it's because the government supports. Shit, I know Russia.
Ukraine's not going to do that.
I'm talking about the U.S. Canada, right? Because think about it, they froze money because there was a lot of people from the U.S. that gave money to the Trucker Convoy as well before it was deemed illegal.
What a
true don't.
I feel like Russia sent out a bunch of Dolph Lundgren lookalikes. Fucking with
the fucking
hammer and sickle red shorts.
Oh god!
Like damn!
Like
we're fucked. Where's Rocky? He's right here, but Sylvester Stallone.
For how bad the crime is in Philadelphia.
Sylvester Stallone can't turn his neck anymore. Watch your back. He's like, I can't. Fucked up. You ever see how
literally
hear
looks
about
like
that?
Like if you look at from his young years to today, it looks like he got stung by 1,000 bees.
But he's like, it's from stunts.
Is it?
Yeah. He broke his neck and shit.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So like, I mean, he still looks like.
Him and a couple other people in Hollywood are really
staying active.
Are really staying fit. Yeah, I give him credit for that. That's funny though.
So bad it's made fun of. How much did you love watching his Rocky movies when you were
little? Dude, awesome.
Fucking awesome.
Well, because it was such it gave you, he was an underdog in every one of them, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing, that in going through things that happen to you in life, it's like it's all mental, right?
You know he did porn.
You back to that?
He did.
Back to that?
He did though.
Stop.
You knew that, right?
No.
I swear to God.
Stop.
Look up.
I'm not gonna believe it. I don't want to see him in a porn. Say, don't look it up. I already told you I don't want to see it.
I'm not gonna look.
I don't want to see it.
Cock. But what?
Dude, I'm like Dave from Dave and Chuck the Freak, and you're Chuck. You're like, hey, don't look this up, right? I don't want to see it. You got to see this, and then you shove it in my face. Like, I don't want to see it.
It's true though.
Okay,
that's how
I just believe you, and so you'll let this go.
That's how he started out acting.
Oh my god,
stuck cock.
Good lord, I don't want to see it. Don't. I don't want to see this.
I'm not gonna.
Then why are you googling it, dude? I don't want to.
I don't want to see this. It picked up your thing. Anyway, but no, if you just like read, like if you go like a bot, he started in porn.
Okay, all right. Well,
which is like hats off to him. Like fucking, that's like the most.
Yeah.
Talk about a jump from porn to like. an
but
movie
did you
listing
hear?
star.
Yeah,
It's like,
did you
who else
hear
has done
that he wrote Rocky and then
Yeah,
no studio wanted his movie?
It's probably because it was in porn. He's like, how is this?
No, he originally wasn't going to play
Fucking
Rocky. He originally wasn't going to play Rocky.
How'd he knock him out with his cock?
And then because people didn't want to like buy up his script,
Right.
he was like, screw this, I'm going to go on my own.
Yeah.
And I'll play Rocky.
Right.
I'll work for free.
Yeah.
You just make the movie. And then finally some small produce, like they gave him a really small budget. And then obviously the movie became this wildly huge success. And then that started his career.
Probably.
I know, right? Porn. Speaking of porn, did you see the one guy who he was doing the running sprint trials in the NFL and his dick came out when he was running? Oh my God, the video is hilarious. My buddy showed me this.
Just like a snake.
Oh, dude, it was like as long from my elbow to my hand.
Right.
It was literally the length of my elbow down to my wrist. I was like, holy shit.
He should have went.